So you manage to head as southernly directed as you can. Every 5 miles or so that you travel, you find what looks to be a dead leaf on the ground with some writing written onto it. Looks like in some sort of like sap.
Like what? Oh, it's sap?
That's weird. Oh, it's a ranger thing.
Renlith.
I think it's a druid thing.
Elf.
Does it seem like a druid thing or a ranger thing?
Renlith hates us.
It's a little weird because a leaf is going to decompose really quick and not going to last.
Shorter list.
So
Yeah.
it's not really a ranger thing. They'd normally try to find something a little bit more substantial than a leaf because there are twigs around and stuff like that. It might be a crazy druid thing.
Just sounds like
How do you even spot
a
that?
gross savage thing.
He didn't necessarily notice it the first time, but the second
Elven
time he
eyes.
saw one, he realized there was something a little bit weird about these.
Elven eyes are different than dwarvish eyes.
What do your elven eyes see?
That's why I know that.
How do you even know it's writing and not just feces?
I don't.
Some
guys-
ranger's wiping his leaves. He's like, I know what this means.
Ooh, this guy had a bad day. This is
That's
poison
how Joe
oak.
scries.
Poison sumac.
By the way, you're going to find love today.
He already did.
I read it in your leaves.
Oh. And you have bowel cancer.
That's why,
Oh, Jesus.
that's why I tell you guys where to go.
Gotcha.
Okay, cool. So it doesn't really mean much to me, but it's an interesting thing.
I mean, there's stuff written on it.
Like,
Would you like me to comprehend languages?
Maybe. Can I comprehend it without magic?
You walk over there, and it looks like it's written. When you just glance at the leaf, there's writing on it, but it doesn't. You're not sure what it says.
It may simply be in that strange druid speech.
Druidcraft. Yeah.
Don't they have something like thieves?
Druidcraft.
Okay.
Would you like to eat the leaf?
Do it.
Potentially feces.
Okay, what does it say?
What does it say?
I don't know, apparently.
So
Well,
move
just
on.
put
Can I do
it. Just
Take
put
the
it
leaf with you.
put it here, and I point to the horse's neck. Just put it here, and I take out one of my wands and I just hold it there.
I'm not touching this.
While he holds it, I braid it into the hair of his horse.
And
Okay, so you pick it up?
I cast comprehend languages.
Wait, I just picked it up and the DM's looking at me.
You pick it up, and there's writing on the other side of the leaf too.
Oh, what's that say?
That one's in common.
Okay.
Of course it is.
It says this one's in common. I put it back down.
No, it does not say this one's in common. It just simply says Grove, 43 miles.
This is stupid.
Druids are stupid.
None of us are druids.
I know. Thank goodness.
Okay.
Because the DM wouldn't allow it.
We're all born.
Well, I was thinking about multi-classing.
We should all multi-class druid.
No one wanted to be a druid.
He wanted to be a druid.
I'd be a pretty
100%. Then Daniel was like, no.
I did not say no. I gave you some reasons why I don't
You
like
did
land druids.
say no.
The initial meeting of the guy as he's trying to convince you to let him play at your house. I hate druids so much.
You should never play one. You're
Don't-
stupid if you do.
Don't even think about bringing it up again.
Well,
All right.
in my defense, now that you know me, I would have said that about any class you originally said.
That's accurate.
Okay, sorry. Anyway,
Don't crush your
alright.
dreams.
I keep
Just
going.
keep it going.
Thanks.
I know we're going in the right direction, guys.
It's like, I really want to be a fighter. No, that class is really complicated.
If you want me to, I can tell you
can do that.
when we
You have to roll like 4 dice.
I want to play a bard. I don't really think you can sing that well.
Oh my god, he would make us sing if we were a bard.
So we keep walking down the
on
road.
that.
Yes. So you continue on.
All my bards use like giant war drums, and they're like fuck like.
Okay, so you
like
find
dwarves.
another leaf a while.
Or,
Drum circles.
like orcs and stuff.
You find another leaf hour later.
Okay, I keep going.
Okay, don't even look at it.
I mean,
How far?
look at it.
It says 35.
35 miles to go.
Okay.
Assuming their math is correct, and they laid out these sap-covered leaves.
I feel like they could have blown any number of miles.
That's why I say this is so stupid.
like 42 miles. It's right there.
It's weird. Usually they leave breadcrumbs, but I'm not seeing any.
Speaking of, the next time you come up, there's 3 leaves fairly close together.
I look at them all.
Okay, the first one says 72 miles. The next one says 74 miles.
Druids are just retarded.
And the next one says 30 miles.
We're somewhere between 74 and 30 miles, guys.
Can't they pass through trees to other places?
Some of them.
These are meaningless.
So let's just keep walking for the rest of the day.
I mean,
So all it says is the number and then miles in common. The other side, does it have... If I
It's a
comprehend
different language.
Okay, so I'm going to comprehend languages
Okay.
to see if I can determine what the hell this says.
He's not gonna like it.
Because my concern is they wrote, because they're druids and everybody hates them, so they have to keep that up. So they write the actual location in their stupid language thing and the distance in common. So it's useless to everybody except for dumb druids.
oh, it said the location common too.
Except for dumb.
Wasn't it common? Or location?
On the first leaf,
There was no
I think.
location. That's just the
Just distance? Okay. I mean, either way, I'm assuming I'm going the right direction.
I did not
On
see
the other side, you do comprehend languages. Okay.
And it's a scroll. I just read a scroll.
It says turn around.
Beware.
30 miles. Haunted mansion.
It's a raffle ticket.
So you comprehend
Congratulations.
languages, and you're not even sure if you comprehended correctly.
Druid crap.
Because it's a small leaf, you get a lot out of it, and yet you get absolutely nothing out of it. It says, roughly translated, 47,000 vine steps down by great waters, to the king of great kings who wields the power of all.
Dumb druid shit.
Okay, we're going in the right direction. I think, I mean, it doesn't make any sense, but by my calculations, and I repeat what I think it says, which is all that dumb stuff, like, that probably means, like, archdruid, right?
What's a vine step?
Who knows? I don't know how druids even walk at this point.
I've known druids. They've said words like that, I'm assuming. But, I don't know.
After all that, Renlith is just...
He went from being so chipper.
Burn it down.
Yeah.
Burn the whole thing down.
How many trees do we have to burn to get a druid here?
I feel like less than 10. No, that's when the rangers show up. You just gotta curse that tree. Damn you, tree, and then they'll show up. Be like, hey, guy,
Hey, cut that out.
stop, please. I'll be forced to keep asking you.
If that doesn't work, I will cast a horrible spell on you.
All right, so you guys continue walking or traveling. You see a couple more leaves on the way. Most of them are counting down. Occasionally they'll count up. You
Okay.
don't find another one that's nearly as high as 70. Most of them are in the 30s to 20s.
Okay, I'm not worried. It's weird that they're all in a line. There might just be a bunch of them, or only seeing
And
some.
Renlith is going to start firebolting the leaves.
Wow.
You're burning the breadcrumbs. This is why we don't use breadcrumbs anymore.
Because sorcerers keep burning them.
Yes.
Afterwards,
the only
there's a
thing that
nice
made
little
sense.
scorch mark on the ground.
Yeah, exactly. See, that's more helpful.
At least it doesn't move.
Lasts longer too.
I don't know why I let you follow me around.
Because, yeah, if you haven't figured out yet, these leaves are just literally lying on the ground, so breezes will move them.
Or I've been throwing all my daggers at them to keep them stuck in the ground. After 2, I'm out.
We've only got 2.
A few miles later, you walk, you continue on, and there's like almost like basically a rock where it's basically some built-up grass and things around it. Looks like it's basically been a spot where wind has blown debris into it. There's also a pile of leaves.
Yeah.
And you just guessing there's about 30 leaves there that all have writing on them.
Oh, look, it's a trash rock.
No. Trash rocks look different. Alright. Do the leaves look like, if I look at a couple, do they look like they're any different than anything else?
Most of them say 22 miles. A couple of them have 23, a couple of them have 21, and then there's an 18.
Well, we're closer. I
We're closer.
suppose.
Alright, we keep going.
All right.
And what I know is the correct direction.
starts getting later in the day because you basically are traveling all day long, trying to make it all the way there before you have to sleep. And so it's about 6 p.m., 7 p.m., and the leaves are starting to indicate that you're less than 10 miles out. And at this point, you pass a group of looks like elves and maybe half-elves. They're in like nature garb. They're very woodsy-looking folk. They've got bows, or some of them just look like they've got slings on them, and they're all on foot. And there's about 7 of them, and they're walking.
Our horse is coal powered.
So
Roll call.
Mine is powered from hate.
they hear you as you're trotting up behind them, and they kind of move off the path a little while and look at you oddly. One of them speaks and says, "Evening, travelers."
What language?
Elvish.
Say in common.
It's like you're traveling with your racist uncle.
No, he's nicer.
The person who spoke switches to common and says, "What brings you so far out to the wilderness?"
And then I say in High Elven,
Jesus.
we're here to support Jonathan.
You're in the wrong neighborhood, boy.
Oh, really? Well, they flash their badges. We're for Elianis.
Big mistake.
Rumble time.
They do like the sharks and the jets. Yes, thank you.
Oh man, that's what I was thinking too.
I read my horse.
You better get off your high horses and show us the moves.
Literal high horse.
You can't wait till I go to DLI and not with nerds anymore.
My horse stops moving, but his legs are still moving.
Ah! Kind of like skitter side to side.
Yeah, it's just strafing.
It's so horrifying.
No, that's the D&D version of Spinners.
His eyes widen a little bit and says, "Oh, you know one of the competitors."
Even his horse
He's a
for
close friend of
slippers.
ours.
So you're actually traveling here. You're not just passing through.
Correct.
Oh, well, we can accompany you. We're headed in the same direction.
And I say in Elvish, "You're welcome to join us."
I say,
That's
that's
a little
okay.
forward, wouldn't you think? I'm just kidding. I didn't say that.
Say, I apologize for my racist, offensive friends.
Which one?
Z.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that'd be great. And maybe you can, because we don't actually know much about what's happening, just that we were invited. So
Oh.
perhaps you could actually fill us in on the way of what we could expect. Also, so we don't make any whatever the Elvish word is for faux pas.
I ran with messages, Joe, saying, don't tell these people any information. They're fools.
Yeah, we're not supposed to make any meaningful progress with conversation.
Well, of course.
To make just dumb jokes.
Of course. I can fill you in on the proceedings that will happen and the next day.
Are we
Not tomorrow,
staying?
but the
Are
day
we going
after.
to be staying here tonight?
I ignore his message and I'm just like, oh yeah, please tell me everything in detail.
I repeat his message again to him because I think he didn't hear it.
Okay. The proceedings, I don't know what's happening tomorrow. I think travelers are still getting into the area. I know that the people who are allowed to watch will be very limited. I don't think we're actually even going to be allowed to watch the combat. They're very selective about who's going to be allowed into the grove. They don't want to be outnumbered by outsiders. But we're planning to set up camp outside. We just want to be there to find out who's the new archdruid of the forest. And but the proceedings will essentially be a trial by spell combat.
Can anyone enter?
No, it's a 1 versus 1 to.
You're a fighter. Like, I don't.
You know message.
Your only spell is message.
I'm actually quite the accomplished.
Spell slinger myself.
No, this is druid only combat. It's for the new position of archdruid. So it's
They're choosing a poke.
the current archdruid versus the one who is challenging.
We're looking for white smoke.
And it's a single elimination. Whoever wins the spell combat becomes the new archdruid.
Is it to the death?
And you can't
No,
even
It's not
watch.
to the death.
No. I mean, it just sounds very intense.
Well, you're not even allowed to watch, so.
We'll have healers on site and no healing magic will be allowed during the proceeding.
Intriguing.
All other spells are allowed though. Although combat spells direct physical combat spells, such as Flame Blade, are highly discouraged. They're not
But
technically allowed.
not illegal.
That's
Most
the only
people-
thing that Nilith takes away.
Yeah, highly discouraged.
Right,
That means
okay.
nothing.
Most people opt for direct damage spells to end the combat as quickly as possible.
Sure. So they become the Pope.
No, just an Archdruid.
Right.
The Hierophant is not
Druid
located
Pope.
in this area.
The dope.
The Hierophant.
The Hierophant is the head druid of the whole land.
Oh, so these guys are trying to be like
This is a regional
So this is a cardinal.
right.
So who goes on to the semifinals after this?
This is the finals.
Oh,
This is the last challenge. Hierophant requires time and position, and so Ilianus has worked as the Archdruid long enough to where once he gains the experience necessary, he could challenge for Hierophant. That is a shapeshift only contest.
Fun. I can do that too.
Can anyone enter that one?
No, only a Archdruid challenging for Hierophant can do that.
Boring.
And then Hierophant is for life until the Hierophant chooses to, until the Hierophant chooses to retire.
That's not really for life, is it?
Well, it is until they are retired or ousted out of their position.
Meanwhile, Renlith has set up.
what asked the elf?
on it.
Are you a druid?
Yes.
No,
Can you teach me about being a druid?
Oh, I thought we stopped.
I guess I
still
could.
moving?
I'm mostly just an
We're actually just moving
myself.
slower now.
Renlith is 2 miles back behind
General
us.
title. I'm the third circle.
What's the first circle you get into?
First circle.
Oh,
So is there
Circles
like
again, huh?
is there betting at these types of
For
things?
instance, Jonathan is a 12th circle.
ooh.
You guys love circles, huh?
They do like circles. I know
Yes.
this.
Yes.
It's the most natural of all shapes.
It's the easiest for them to understand.
Also,
wow.
Edges scare and confuse them.
Yeah.
They don't like to be edgy.
No,
damn.
That's a
no
warlock thing.
sharp turns for these
Yes,
folks.
thank you.
Yes, warlocks, they like circle. What they like looks like a circle because it has so many edges.
Yeah, they're really into fractals.
Cool, I guess.
Is there betting at these types of things? Or are people just strictly here as like a religious type thing?
I think we
Solid
should
it.
start a betting pool.
How does one apply to become a druid?
You thinking about the
application
I like the way you're thinking.
It's more of an understanding and worship of nature and preservation.
Oh man, I am all about that. Look, I pull out my book of wild herbs and their uses.
Oh,
Those are
okay.
drugs.
all the uses.
I'm sure they know that.
Sure.
man, not
Knowing how to use nature and how to worship and protect it are two different things.
I have a Fey Guardian, and I snap my fingers, and Kodo kind of.
I destroyed it.
That looks like a familiar.
It
Wizards
did
do
look
that.
He's a Fey, though.
But yes, that's what wizards do.
Hmm.
Druids are more.
Are you a wizard and you didn't tell us?
All
I
right,
swear to
we
God.
can kill them all. It's fine.
Druids are
Yes.
more in tune with nature, not trying to create nature out of pocket planes like wizards.
Yeah, like a ranger.
All right, let's go.
We like to work with the natural beasts, and we learn to form our bodies into the beasts.
He knows all about natural
Like the orcs.
No, nothing like the orcs. I've never met an orc druid,
Aren't you covered in fur?
and I'm sure if it was an orc
Like
druid,
furs?
it would be a
Animal
blighter.
furs?
Yeah, but I'm a ranger.
I know some of those words.
Well, that's good.
Is
Yeah,
that-
well, I
my
am a
first definitely
fighter.
do not respect nature.
No, a blighter.
I'm a fighter. You just.
It's a blighter.
So how. Could I
Blight,
just
not fight?
slip them like 100 gold and then they can call me a druid?
You could try.
I'm just messing with you. You're supposed to say no.
So you realize that as these guys are walking, they've slowed your pace considerably
Mm-hmm.
because you guys are all on horseback and they're walking.
Do I think I can make it if we were on horseback the rest of the way?
Yes,
Do I think we'll make it at the current speed?
yes. You don't.
I can talk to plants.
You do not expect to die before you get there.
I can talk to animals.
Together, you're a druid.
Also, I can cast a spell.
Here,
That's
just.
a druid thing.
Okay, Joe, sit on Van's shoulders and wrap this cloak around you two, and then you can pretend.
This
Oh my
could
God,
work.
your cloak is a dead wolf.
Do you have any other questions before you get there?
Before we get there,
Oh,
while
God.
they're talking about this, I
Summon a demon.
Fireball.
Thunderball.
I firebolt druids.
I polymorph myself into a giant weasel.
How big is a giant weasel?
4 feet.
It's pretty big.
Okay,
Why?
thanks.
Sit now. I'm a giant weasel riding on my horse.
I would definitely scratch Redliff behind the ears.
Did you do that on
Polymorphing
purpose?
yourself?
Renlet, did you do that? Or are we being attacked?
Just chitter.
Oh, Cecilia probably loves it.
Did your friend just
Cecilia.
get polymorphed? They all kind of take up defensive positions.
Did you
looking
do
around
that?
For someone
At
dangerous.
the druids?
Oh,
Everyone's like at a standstill now. Well, because now they like turn to you, afraid that you're gonna attack.
And then I go back to myself. I'm like, see, it's not that hard.
oh.
And I just keep going.
Just, okay. Misunderstanding.
And Silly just
Sorry we killed your 4 buddies.
lights
in a
up, and
second.
she's like, "That's the biggest noodle rat I've ever seen."
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
That's
Can you do it again?
pretty
I
cool.
can.
Can
Yeah.
you always be like that? I like that better than you. It's more cuddly.
Thank you.
The best Renliff is the Renliff that can't speak.
Oh.
Suddenly you're accosted by 6 noodle rats.
I can only be that giant weasel for 3 hours every day.
Oh.
Total?
That's not very long.
It's also not very useful.
You have true polymorph? Then
No,
you'll be
It's not
forever.
really about being useful. It's about being super cute.
Yeah.
Like me. Like me.
Not so much.
Like me.
Are we there yet, guys? This is so awkward.
Okay, so you guys continue on, and the
Druids are dead.
did you fireball the druids?
Spike growth.
Acid spray.
Your
Come on.
horses are all dead too.
Acid spray.
Also tried to show off. I can do druid things. Sorry.
Do you spike growth?
No.
No,
Not yet.
not yet.
I prepare it.
Oh, they sleep.
You have to prepare it in the morning.
No, like I'm writing an action.
Like it's. What are you readying your action?
You're readying an action so you can lose the spell.
What?
It doesn't get lost. It's 5e.
You ready the spike growth to cast on what?
If I see something that deserves it.
That what?
Deserves it.
Okay. Do I get to decide what deserves it? Yes, I do.
Nah, I'm fine with this.
Cast spike growth on the
We can
giant.
hide the bodies.
For preparation, it's only good for 6 seconds.
What do you do next round?
I prepare.
Yes, let's do the next 5 miles.
I prepared the spell.
Oh,
I prepared the
God.
spell Good Berries.
6 seconds at a time, boys.
If someone gets hurt for more than 10 damage, I will cast Good Berries.
Okay, into that.
Yeah.
So after it gets
You
dark,
guys are trying to ruin my
guys,
fun.
continue on, and there are some lights in the distance, and the trees are kind of almost ringed the general area, and then there's basically an open clearing, and at the edge of what is a slight part in some heavy forest growth are 2 small, well, not really small because they're almost like knee height, but mushrooms.
Oh, cool.
And the druids, one of them kind of rushes forward and speaks a word in Elvish, and then another language that you don't understand.
Fix.
Kabar picks it up. Kabar picks it up, and he realizes that it's basically a "stop, we're friends" is essentially what it's saying. And the little mushrooms kind of move, and and you see a mouth open on one of them, and then it closes again.
Renlith just.
I would ask the mushrooms using speech of wheat, leaf, and beast.
They're neither one of those things, man.
Are they not?
No, it's a mushroom. It's not a plant or an animal.
It's saying,
Oh, they're
kill
myconids?
me.
No, they're mushrooms.
Oh, I can talk to plants.
That's not a plant.
It's a fungus.
It's a fungus.
Oh, it's pedantic.
Do you have talk to fungi?
Yeah, actually, I do. I'm proficient.
That's how much of a
if you want
fungi
to talk
he
to a
is.
fungi,
Oh,
You
Dad,
beat me
no.
to it, Daniel. Dang it! You ruined
I
it.
asked them, please, friends, let us pass.
Renlith says, I just realized how much I'm going to hate this.
what? You can probably
Bloodman?
Remember,
Kill some fungi.
he would be a werewolf.
just kind
He'd
of
be
sits
dead.
there.
And then
and
undead because of
stops,
that
and
effing
just
desert.
kinda- there's
Yeah.
no response.
That's true.
And one of the druids
support
turns
him.
around and says, "You don't want this thing to talk to. It's a shrieker."
Oh.
Oh, well, I guess no response is a good response.
No response is a good response. I
Right
don't
on.
want it to scream and wake everyone up.
What's a shrieker?
I feel like it's one of those things you pull out in Harry Potter.
Pretty close.
Mandrake.
They're used as guards, and if approached,
He's still not
they
read
just
R.A.
scream.
Salvatore.
What?
Books?
Books.
Those are things for nerds.
You mean those?
It is. I'm not a book learning type.
You mean those comics without pictures in them?
Stupid mind pictures.
Oh, those are cool. What are those?
As long as they're not beasts, we're fine.
Those are
Is he? That's the author of those.
There's a beast.
author of those
Renlith.
D&D books, right?
hate.
He's like the most popular one. So some people don't like him
Because it's too cool.
because it's popular. He's also the guy who created Dritz.
These books are really entertaining.
No, they're great. It's the best world building I've like for D&D besides like these books.
Oh, for D&D, yeah.
All right. So
Fleshing out, I guess.
the druids basically part ways with you here, and they say they're not supposed to. They don't have formal invitations to
Time
enter
to
the
party.
grove, and all of your characters are over there on the right side. If Joe wants to pick them up and pass them.
Which one do you look like?
The black guy.
He's this guy right now.
Well, he has like multiple of him.
It's whether he's feeling darker and less weapony.
More
Which is
brooding.
never.
Ooh.
What?
Or if he has his.
I'm using this guy.
Actually, he's gonna be this guy.
I'm looking like a jungle, just like you, and not my brooding guy. That's my brooding guy. He has an axe.
Fresh bread. Sweet.
That's not. Those are coffins.
That's not bread.
Does that say Paris?
No, it doesn't actually say anything. It's
Oh.
just runes.
It says Paris, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
So as you enter the grove, to your left is a trough filled to the brim with water. To your right is basically a saddle station. There are a couple of horses around with some hay, and straight ahead there is a sign with
Guardian's
multiple directions pointing with words in common. Beyond that, you see a large fountain of water. Some creatures standing around. One looks like maybe a satyr or something. Some sort of wood creature. Maybe a nymph and an elf. And then there is a spot off to your right that has a gnome talking to another plant woodish creature. There's a stall set up with just random items. It looks like it's some sort of shop of some sort. And there's buckets of water throughout the town or grove. And the main creatures that you see walking around are bipedal, humanoid, vine creatures or woody, like bramble creatures.
Renlith says two things. The first thing he says is, as he points to the sign, he says, "Look, they do know how to do that." And then the next thing he says is, "Van, while we're here, you should probably ask around after or about your people."
Van has already gone to talk to this group of people over here.
I'm not
Okay.
paying.
I thought he was here. I wasn't paying attention. I was focused on the fact that these
He was like, tree people! Yeah!
imbeciles can make signs,
Yeah, but they don't want to be permanent signs.
but they don't even say
This way to
anything,
the
so-
sacred grove that's permanent. Whatever, you wouldn't understand.
True.
City.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's dumb as hell.
You're not from around
They're
here.
dumb as or
Van, as you walk to the group, give me a perception check.
There's 6 firbolgs.
no,
Corpses.
They're hags.
Not again.
Ooh, net one.
Okay. You walk up to the group
So,
and
perception.
Run into a
5.
tree.
you walk up to the group and they don't really notice you as you walk up. They're busy talking amongst
roll for that.
themselves.
Hello.
The wood creature kind of turns and the others look at you, and the elf turns and kind of looks up and says, "Oh, hello there. Who are you?"
I would introduce myself by my elven name,
Okay.
which is...
Jerkwad the third.
it's roughly translated to the one who walks alone.
Well, hello. Are you here for the tournament?
I'm here Well, complicated. My friends are here to see some guy named Jonathan, and
Okay, so yes.
I'm here looking for any evidence of the other members of my clan.
Oh.
We used to live nearby.
Oh, okay.
Big for a bull clan. Kind of weird. Looks like me. Seen any of them around lately?
No.
Okay.
No, you're not one of the races that are here right now. I guess you're a representative of your race. So I guess there are Furbolg here now.
Oh, there's no other Furbolgs here? Okay. Great. Is there a place to get alcohol around here?
I think they just have water. Lots of it, though.
Have some Fey wine.
I'm good.
If you're interested in water, there's a bucket or a trough or a fountain pretty much every few feet. They like water.
Is there anywhere
A
where
lot.
there's horses?
Plant people in
Or
water.
do we just make a jump to the horses?
Shocking.
No, horses are over there.
Okay, I'll lead our horses,
Okay.
except for the
I make mine disappear.
Is there a spell I can create liquor?
I'll parallel park all of our horses.
I wish I still had my
Okay.
staff. I would have so
The,
given it to
the
you.
creature,
What do they do?
the vine
Is it-
creature walks up to you and just starts grabbing the reins on your horses and tying them up. And it doesn't even talk to you.
Alcohol.
Thanks.
It didn't
It
tell you
kind of
how
turns
far,
to you
though.
and
Look,
give me a
78 miles that.
I can give you a sense. One of the first things that I
30.
wow.
That's a nat 20.
You realize that when it turns to you, it like shuffles its hands and almost its whole body, and it shakes in a way that you get the feeling it's some sort of sign language.
Hmm.
And it like maybe it's understanding you, but it doesn't speak.
Just the tree thing?
Okay.
You have the feeling that it's some sort of acknowledgement,
I mean,
but
it's more than I get from ATMs than when I thank them. So.
I don't normally think the ATM.
I do. You never know when they're going to uprise.
They will lead the robot rebellion.
They're going to be the rich ones.
Okay, so
Sorry.
drop off the horses. Van's chatting. Kabar and Renla.
Renlith is looking for beds.
Okay. The sign indicates that to your right is shop, to your left is beds, straight ahead is king, and the back way is back to elf home.
King.
I go to King.
I'll come.
That's probably where the best bed is.
All right. Oh gosh, everything.
I walk in between people.
Wow.
Through the fountain.
They just move backwards a little bit, and as you walk directly through the people. Yep.
No, excuse me.
You're excused.
Thank you. I'm just going to loiter while they're doing stuff.
So you guys get to about here when this guy kind of, which is another one of the vine creatures, kind of spreads out its vines and in a very halted common says, "Stop!
Okay.
No admittance to king after dark."
Oh, yeah, it's dark.
Is it dark?
Yeah.
I was looking
You guys
for.
spent the entire day and went a little extra.
Would you like it to be dawn?
I was looking for
Yes.
That hurts everybody.
good beds.
Beds. He points over to the right in this area.
Those are coffins. Again, it's not bread. It's not fresh bed.
Provided for fleshies.
Oh, jeez.
Aw. They love us.
Go to provided rooms with fancy sign
He turns around and goes.
for fresh beds.
He's done listening to the vine person. He just turns around and goes.
Pour some water in his hand out of his water skin. Just kind of.
Wait, you're over there.
You spray the water on the elf you're talking to?
No. The wood creature. Oh wait, no, I didn't go with them. Never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, the elf creature just.
That's what they're like. You're weirder than the plants.
Be well. Be well. Everybody, be well. Just some water.
Alright.
You're into that bullshit.
Guess I'll find a place to sleep. Which, what does the sign say?
So
Because
the
I wasn't
sign-
there when he read it.
The sign is written in common and it says fresh bread. And over in that corner, there's just some low hedges that are basically blocked out into different rooms. You realize that everything is blocked out by hedges in this area. or just small vegetation. There's no actual walls. It's just low vegetation.
Want to make a dome?
We should
So,
chop down a tree
One
and
of the
start a
rooms
fire.
has benches. Another one has coffins. Another one has what looks to be a trough that's empty. And then another one has pallets, which are basically just some fur blankets on the ground.
Is it like stick people trying to be hospitable?
I feel like that, they have no idea what we need.
So I go over to the cot area and I
Pallets.
the pallets
Yeah, they have legs.
and are they empty?
Yeah, no one's currently
Okay,
in any of
good.
them.
I set up the tiny hut over as many as I can
Does it seem like the other druids
to
or
allow entry for my party.
the other peoples are like sleeping like they normally would and not using the bed stuff? Like on the floors or whatever? Or?
None of those rooms seem to be claimed at this point.
Okay.
You're not sure if because no one wants to claim one, or because they have other sleeping arrangements.
Tree people, they probably don't sleep.
I think I'll just use a bedroll and not a pallet.
Yeah.
Oh, I was talking about like the elves and stuff.
Okay.
The non-plant creatures that you've seen throughout the grove.
Oh, yeah, I didn't talk to any of those.
I gotta get up better now so I can wake up in time for all the midnight festivities when everyone else wakes up.
It's not gonna get loud, is it?
No, probably not.
This place would be jumping because plants love to be in the dark.
It depends on the moon.
I mean, some plants.
Ooh, yes. How's the moon? Moons? Do we have moons?
No, it's just a single moon.
Okay.
And
That's no moon.
That's actually a god.
It's a little over like a half. It's waxing.
Waning is getting smaller.
It's waxing towards a full moon, but it's still at least a week to full moon. So
That's
it's
weird.
It's not very bright.
What a weird time to do a tournament. Yeah, you shouldn't have anything to worry about.
He's laying down.
It's okay. They do it during the day, not during night.
Renlith is asleep.
Immediately.
Yep. Lights out, no worries, no concerns. He's gonna sleep, possibly until the 18th.
Joe lays out a really comfortable bedroll with a pillow and blankets, and he squats in the middle of it for 4 hours.
Yeah, Renlith
Renlith
took up all of the furs and everything and put them on 2 cots to make it as comfortable as possible for Celia and me.
Can we kill her? Can we feed her to the plant people?
You can try.
Just let her do it herself.
So, Van, I think you're the only one still awake.
Yeah, I'll just go to bed, I guess.
Okay.
What's at is the shop open?
The shop is open.
What does it have? Is it like food or weapons?
There's some cheese wheels. There's also a selection of
Renlith would love to have the cheese.
There's a selection of weaponry, almost just a random assortment. There's also some pots and dishes, and there are some mugs. There's a sleeping bag. There are also a number of nails, and there's a baking, like a baking tray for putting bread into a kiln.
It's like my kids packed a picnic. I guess I'll buy some cheese wheels.
Everything is 5 gold.
What?
Yes.
Well, I have no concept of what money is worth, so. How many cheese wheels are there?
We picked the right person to be the money keeper.
They have 3 cheese wheels available today.
Okay.
What kind of cheese?
It used to be me.
The plant creature indicates that tomorrow there will be more
was.
cheese.
I will buy all 3 cheese
Oh, that looks
wheels.
good.
Okay, that's 15 gold.
I had
Okay.
10 bagel bites before I came here. Wait, 10?
There's also a heavy crossbow available, a maul, and some sort of fancy iron shod staff. And then the pan, the plates, the
I'll ask the
dishes.
guy does the plant thing speak common?
Yes, it speaks common.
Okay. Is any of this magical?
No.
Okay. We'll just take the cheese.
The gnome,
Except for the cheese.
the one
the
standing
cheese.
in front of the shop is a gnome, and she's looking through the dishes.
Is there anything interesting over here you see?
I was just looking for something interesting, see if there was some sort of special design or anything archaic or old. You can get all the most interesting things at these shops that they build up because they just sell whatever they find. And they all sell it for the same price.
Everything's 5 gold?
Everything's 5 gold.
You should name it.
Huh.
But if you see anything you want, you better buy it tonight because who
Buy
knows what
genie
the
store.
price will be tomorrow.
Oh. That's why they can't name it that. They have to change the name of the store every day.
I have something that you might be interested in. Oh,
Talking to the.
the gnome.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll pull out a vial of red
That
dragon's
looks pretty
blood.
good. Where'd you get that?
I brought it from home.
Oh, okay.
Is this a special vial? Is there any writing on the vial?
Oh, this is red dragon blood.
I don't care about that. What's the vial like?
Oh, that's the kind of shit you're into. Okay. Let me just put away this super rare, awesome, valuable thing.
Let's see, you have any cogs?
Oh, it's
Shit, do you have any cogs?
just a glass vial? Yeah, that's not very interesting. I've got plenty of those.
It was the first year that Ball made jars.
I'd
I'd buy that by the way, guys.
yeah, I don't really have
Redlands is
anything.
probably going to be selling a gnome. Next regulation.
101 uses of 101 uses of prestidigitation that Renlith didn't want. Oh, look at my hat! And I'll pull out the hat of vermin and reach in and pull something out.
That's disgusting.
What did I pull
that
out?
is disgusting.
You just got.
It was like it's either a rat, a frog, or a bat. I think.
Frog. Oh, we went to bed.
Frog?
Ah,
I don't know if you went to bed.
Anything?
Yes.
No, frog.
Give me a.
Did you hear the description of the beds?
no.
So this is the tree people land.
Ooh.
So this kind of like rooms.
You
made
pull it
of
out, and the frog you're holding it by just the leg, and the frog's like going like this, trying to
like
get
a tree
away.
people think
I'll
these
eat
are.
it.
These are
Raw?
wooden benches,
Yeah.
coffins, and pallets.
I lived in the
This is
swamp
like a
for
great
50
box.
years.
The gnome.
I've eaten a lot of
The gnome
frogs.
sees you bite the frog, and she
Why
just
don't we
kind of
just use
turns
those
immediately and just.
tiny-
I mean, that is kind of weird. Look at the hat. Pull out a frog.
Like the ground.
Hey, watch this!
I got something that might be interesting.
I'm sitting on the ground.
Never mind.
I think I'll go
I'm squatting.
Gnome runs screaming away.
Is this the first time we've seen a gnome?
No,
This is the first time a gnome seen a firbolg.
maybe.
I am not a good ambassador for my people.
Especially since all she saw was basically a hand and a frog looking straight up at you.
You want to see a magic trick?
Jesus.
All right, so now you scared
Watch
the gnome
this.
off. The plant.
I'll go
the
to
plant. Okay.
Are you sleeping in a coffin or a wooden bench?
I'm going to use my own bedroll.
That's weird. That's so rude.
I know, right?
Okay.
They have
And
one
that's
for
what I
sale,
did.
and you couldn't even buy one.
So rude.
All right.
I'll sleep next to the fountain.
You guys are able to
Looking
sleep.
down by
It's
everyone.
pretty peaceful. That once it gets later and people actually start going to sleep because it's only like 8
Alcoholics,
o'clock
shut
and you
up.
guys all dip out. It's basically just a sound of water and leaves rustling throughout the night.
Oh, I wakes up. Keep it down.
All right. So the next morning, you awaken to the sound of rustling leaves.
Oh, again. Puke on
It
your-
was me. I've just been rustling leaves for 4 hours.
He's grabbing a bush and he's just shaking it. Right next to Redlands.
It's a figure of speech. Shake the bushes. Figure of speech. Nothing comes of that.
Wakey, wakey.
This one also doesn't have gold coins in it.
So the next morning, there's a number of the plant people that are around the central fountain, and they're basically dancing around it when you wake up.
Look, Renlet, look what they're doing. They've been doing this for hours.
They've basically been doing it since sunrise.
They've been doing it
It's magical.
for a while.
This is the worst kind of magic.
Is it?
Worse than mages.
Whoa.
Worse than reading magic.
Don't say that out loud. I have no idea how well these things can hear.
Their ears are made out of wood. They can't be that great.
Or they're really great. Hearing aids used to be made out of wood.
I don't think that's actually true.
Those little, like, bell thing cones that people used to use.
Mm.
The OG hearing aids. Read a book.
No.
Absolutely not.
Renlith goes to the store.
There you go.
I'll follow you, because this would be fun. Celia's following us?
Yeah, Celia will... Actually, unless you wake her up, Celia's still asleep.
Are you still asleep?
Yes, I'm still sleeping.
Okay. She'll be fine. Kabar's there. Also, we're in like a magical grove.
All right, store is
Also, it's
open,
Celia.
and the satyr thing is already at the store.
What's a satyr?
Purchasing a selection of dead rats.
Ooh, what you got there? Dead rats?
Yeah.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Wait, are you buying or selling?
Oh, I'm buying. They don't sell.
Oh, okay.
Wait, they don't buy? They don't buy. I'm buying. They don't buy.
Right.
Sorry, that was weird to say.
Yeah, well,
Sorry to make you say that.
oh, I'm not there.
That's okay. Hi, what are you?
I am a elf.
Renless ears
Oh,
start
I should have known
An elf
by the eyes.
usually gives us away. It's
So-
like Ditto, even when we transform.
You'd be one of the tree elves, right?
Yes.
Ah, I can tell by the nose.
Yep. That's how we feel.
I feel like that was.
Renless is staring daggers.
Oh, wow. He's one of the dark elves.
No,
I've
he
heard
just,
stories about them.
no. He's
Oh, don't kill me, Mr. Dark Elf. Oh, I'm so sorry. Here, have my rats. Where'd you get? How did Dark Elf get in here?
No,
Guys,
he's-
Dark Elf.
No.
Police.
he's an elf who's dark.
Oh,
Kind of like person of color versus.
that makes sense. And he just nods his head. Sorry, tree elf. I should have known by the ears.
He's not a tree elf.
I start perusing.
I'm sorry, dark, not a tree elf. You're a fabled.
Yes, have you seen any of my people before?
Well, not since I've been here.
Shit.
Okay.
I'm also going to peruse. Directly behind. Anything Renless picks up, I pick up after
arms like right under my arms.
No,
Like,
if you pick up
when I
something-
grab for something, I'm like this, and he's like,
Last fabled I saw was
I saw that first.
Eldrasil.
"It's fine."
Where?
Eldrasil.
Okay. When was that?
6,000 years ago.
13 years ago.
Oh.
Ish.
Is it a lot of them, or
No, just one.
did you meet them?
No.
It was
Saw
you.
It was just passing through.
Okay.
Didn't talk to it.
Thanks.
Talking to you.
Yep.
So, what's it like being tall?
Breezy.
So there's always a breeze up there, is there?
Yep.
Huh. Who'd
Yeah.
have thought?
Yep.
There are more trees when I'm hot.
Air travels
Tough
down.
with the feet, though. Or the lack thereof.
This morning when I woke up, I prepared control water, by the way.
Okay.
You telling that guy that?
No.
I can control water.
Oh, see. Watch me eat this frog. Also, next time I'm going to be a bat like an Ozzy Osbourne this just covered.
You're banned from the forest.
Pretty
Is
close
there
already.
is there anything in the crate or on the sale table of quality make or
No.
or peculiar make, something actually interesting? I rolled a natural 20.
The most interesting thing you see is the staff that's for sale. Everything else, pretty average, pretty beat up, worn items that
Sorry,
are...
cast detect magic. Just kidding. So
Really
I
showed
look at
him.
the staff.
Okay. You go and check out the staff, and it's not a quarter staff. It looks more like some sort of religious staff. There's a symbol on it, and it kind of it's more looks like it's more decorative than like for combat or anything like that.
I see. Okay, so I'm gonna pick it up
Okay.
and sort of move it around, see if it feels like something that's used for any sort of utility, or if it is for basically by moving it around and feeling it, see if it's just something for
Give me an
rich.
investigation check.
Another one?
Yeah.
Can I help him?
Are you there?
That's still good.
Yeah, I've been like hanging out with him.
I guess if you want to touch it. too.
I was
Investigation
touching
is
everything he was touching.
19.
So Joe tries to touch it with you.
Oh, did you see this right
It
here?
just focuses my energy that much more.
Did you see this over here?
19.
Did you see this?
It doesn't feel. You're not much of a fighter,
No?
but
Okay.
just picking it up and kind of feeling it, it doesn't feel weighted properly to be used effectively, and it doesn't feel like it's crafted well enough to hold together if it was going to be bashed against something.
Yeah, I'll help you up those stairs that you have a problem with.
There's definitely some sort of religious symbol on it.
I look at my staff, which is like really magical and fucking awesome.
2 for hiking.
Be that guy on the trail.
I don't know, I need
Power hiking.
Interesting. How much is this?
What's he playing?
The
The staff.
tree thing kind of eyes you,
It's full of magic.
and thinks for a moment, and then it
It's only good for a
says,
cleric, though. It's only good for a cleric.
everything 7 gold.
Okay.
That's a ripoff.
So the symbol on this this particular staff is
Trash.
He cast detect magic. Nothing bad happened.
it looks like an open
So you
tome.
can
Not
totally
sure.
do it.
This may change your mind. The symbol is an open tome with a quill.
Oh.
It's a wizard staff.
Okay. I
Actually, no, it's a holy symbol.
A who?
The god that's a book.
Would you like to give me a religion check?
I want to know that too. I pull out
17?
I pull out 7 silver.
17. So, kind of looks like that, but a little less fancy.
I was like, loading?
But it's the symbol of Linnaeus, which is a goddess of beauty and love and
It's actually my
literature, passion, and mercy.
It's your god.
Is it really?
I didn't want
So-
to say anything because he kept making fun of books.
So I pull
My
out
god's
7
like
silver
the
pieces.
generic elf god. Oh, I'm not really practicing.
Elf god
It
number
kind of
4.
looks for a moment
Yeah.
and thinks. And it says, wrong color.
Wrong color.
Sorry.
The elf or the coin?
More like sun, less like water.
Oh, he's helping you learn.
I pull out the copper. These ones?
Stop for a moment.
Why are you swindling this person?
Wrong color, less like rock,
All right.
more like sun. It seems to like shake and a little bit more agitated now.
Oh no, he's wrestling the bush. I warned you about this morning.
Alright, I give him 7 gold pieces.
It stops and looks at him for a little while.
Wrong color.
Right color, just like sun. Just rolled 3 17s in a row. Actually, one was an 18.
Okay. So I now have that staff.
Yes, you now have a holy staff of Linnaeus.
Perfect. This is going to make great kindling.
It can be used as a holy symbol.
Like I said, kindling. Okay.
I want to chop down a tree here and see what happens.
You probably don't.
You don't have an axe.
Aha! Alright, so you successfully
Right, I don't.
purchased.
Yep.
I just assumed you did.
It is no longer for sale, yes.
You bought the stick?
I bought this stupid stick.
Bought the stick.
Super glue it to your character.
No, he's put his in the bag of holding.
Now it's in the
And
middle.
never touches it again.
Yep.
Alright.
Until it's magically a key in one of the
Renla
dungeons.
says to his friends, I'd like to go find Jonathan.
Oh, we're friends now? I thought we were servants.
You're friends when you're not in a high elf city.
I wake up.
Oh, Kabar wakes up and begins putting on his armor for the next 20 minutes.
Which wakes up Cilia.
Except she, like, the dead wouldn't wake her up. Actually, she does wake up.
She's a teenager.
She does
sleeps
wake up?
right in.
She does wake up.
Oh,
The grunting and
watches you put on clothes.
Yep.
Yes. She stares at Kabar
I'm not a piece of meat.
hungrily.
The smell of unwashed orc.
No, she's probably going to go out and start mingling with the common folk. Which, yeah, the first one would be the kid,
Perfect.
which she refers to and talks to like a child.
Hey, I'm the savior of all humanity.
Or the demon.
I'm the compass.
You can't just call them common folk.
What's wrong with that?
That's what Renlith calls them. Alright, so Kabar's
course.
putting on his gear.
Yeah,
Right.
that's...
So the three of you, what are you up to? Now that
Going
you've
to find
purchased-
Jonathan.
Oh, that's right. Going to find Jonathan.
Yep.
You walk around for a while.
You want me to track him?
Sure.
See
I
the
just
first
asked
person.
the next
Yeah,
person.
that's what I was going to do.
So which direction do you go?
That way? Away
I
from
walk
the stick.
here first.
Okay.
Nobody's there.
No.
Then I head to King.
Because the plants have dispersed. So you head to King. Alright.
I'm following
Head
you.
to King. And the same plant creature, or a different one, you have no idea,
Right.
looks up at you and
Freaking
says,
racist.
"It is morning."
Got enough candy?
No.
Yep. Sure is. Good morning to you too.
And it stops and says, "It is morning."
Is this like a riddle? Or?
Because the king is dead, everyone's mourning.
Oh.
It's sensitive.
I'm looking for Jonathan.
One of the druids.
One of the druids? I don't know how to communicate with this thing. Renlith is really struggling right now.
It shakes a little bit and says,
Okay, we only have 4 more days.
and tries to like put a little bit more inflection on it. It says, one of the druids.
Yes.
Druids are not here.
Who's in there?
King
Of what?
and helper.
Kings aren't helpers.
King and helper. King and helper.
Oh, the king and his helper.
King and helper.
His name is Ant Helper.
And helper.
Then this brain is.
Joe's around for the ride. This is great.
Where are the druids?
I'm taking notes so I can let you know later on.
Druids
And then I can see his
are
brain pulse.
I'm great.
The vein in his neck.
druids are vegetative.
Vegetative.
awake?
They're vegetative.
Vegetate.
Druids
I
are
heard that.
Yeah, are you?
druids are vegetative.
You're vegetative.
You hear from across the camp. Ah!
I was letting him know what's going on with
Druids
message.
are vegetative.
Okay.
It is morning.
Next morning,
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
the test.
Next morning, druids are
I'm sorry, man. Here, I'll go.
in
Go
the,
a good one.
in the fight.
Double.
We can trade.
Can I talk to the
You
king?
like lemon?
I do.
Okay, I'll trade you.
What are you?
Renlith, by invitation of one of the challengers. Of the challenger.
Are you scared?
Not in the slightest.
Are you peaceful?
Yes.
King is not. Come.
Cool. Because neither am I. Bitch.
So
Wait for me!
Yes.
You
you
didn't wake
notice
me
that
up.
there are like carnivorous plants on either side, and then it's basically just a low hedge. So as he walks
People on
by,
their head.
you can see that there's basically just an open area over here. There is a table set up with just a bunch of different liquids, all and mugs and vases, and,
Jungle
or not
first.
vases, but bottles and things. There's a table set up with
No.
coins, gold,
My dad
treasure,
never
just
taught me how to cat.
like just randomly on display.
I neither.
And then there's what looks to be a torture chair. You're assuming is used as a throne.
Just say. So you guys, I want you guys to know what's happening.
Ew.
He got 2 lemons, so I got him another one to trade.
Lucky.
You got 2 more
Those
lemons.
are the best ones.
Do you like lemons?
Lemons are the worst.
There, look at the
Yeah.
3 musketeers.
The best is the pink one.
Trade? Oh yeah,
I thought
for
so when
sure.
I was a kid, but now I like lemon flavoring.
It's pink, red, orange, lemon.
Yeah, that's exactly.
This was.
You're right.
I like
That
the
is-
yellow colored things.
I like fake grape, and I like fake banana.
I like.
Banana's
I
where
do
it's
not
at.
like fake banana. I do not like real banana. But I love fake grape, and I don't like real grape.
I don't like real banana.
You can buy
How
10
do you not like
pounds,
bananas?
10-pound
Like
bag
creamy.
of banana Laffy Taffies on Amazon.
I don't like the texture or the
What?
taste.
Those are the
but
best
I eat them for
ones.
the potassium.
They're delicious.
I tried them once as a grown-up just to make sure I still didn't like them.
Still don't.
Anyways, so this guy
Yeah,
is.
this fucker.
He's one of the divine creatures. He's covered in thorns that seem to give me a perception check.
Natural 1.
Okay,
Am I still with him?
so he's covered in
Listen with
thorns.
poison.
He's covered in thorns. He's wearing a golden
I
crown
caught up to you
with a
guys.
black jewel in the middle of it. And he's got a cloak billowing behind him that somehow is not pierced with thorns all over the place. And
When I see his cloak, I'm gonna make my bullet.
he also looks to have rings that have been woven into his vines. His vines end in, they don't end in finger appendages or anything like the other ones do. His end in what look to be like they've wrapped together and formed blades.
Ooh.
And they look very sharp and dangerous.
It's a good thing you don't have to pee.
Oh god.
Other than that, he doesn't have anything on him, no clothing or anything. And he just looks, even not being able to read the facial features very well, he looks full of himself. And he stands
king.
up, or he's kind of standing there, and he looks at you and he says, "Hello, elf."
Renlith gives a deep bow. Says, King.
Briar's Patch. My name is Briar's Patch.
Briar's Patch. So pleased we are to make your acquaintance.
Is that royal we or just you? and your group?
Both.
He speaks for us.
I speak for all elves.
Really? You are the ambassador of all elves?
At very least for my clan.
That's not all elves, is it?
All the ones that matter.
Oh!
Hype man!
Okay.
Sugar.
So, Elf Rinlet, what brings you to Briar's Grove?
We are here for much the same reason as most, to attend the competition tomorrow, but also to pay respects to Briar Patch.
King.
And to get some firewood.
Oh,
And some firewood.
if that's if that's what I gathered, that's what I would have said. I thought that
Not really. He just basically said earlier to call you him just Briar's Patch.
Okay.
It's like he just randomly changed his mind.
Good. Run with us, finicky people.
What's your name?
Briar's Patch.
What are you, the king of King Briar's Patch?
I am king of the Klac-Xen. The elves have given us this land as it was given to us by our goddess.
Ah, yes, Klac-Xen.
No, Kyla.
No, that's what I wrote down for Klac-Xen or whatever he is. Klac-Xen.
Jackson.
Klac-Xen is God.
Michael Klac-Xen.
Very good, very good. Well, how can we be of service?
Nice.
We have a full day.
Not very interested in you, but my people tell me that you have one of the ancestors.
I mean, I'm only like 120.
And if this is true, we would like to meet the ancestor.
That may be arranged. However,
How can I put this delicately? What the heck are you talking about?
that may be arranged if it pleases you.
It does.
What is your intent?
We want to meet and study the ancestor and understand how we became what we are after the ancestor is so different.
This
Might not.
ancestor, there are two.
Just one?
One here and one many miles away. The one many miles away has the answers you seek. The one here right now, unfortunately, does not, as of yet, have the answers you seek.
We can still study it and learn from it and speak to it and see if we can comprehend the power of the ancestor and how it is here while the other ancestors are no more.
The ancestor is not for study.
Do you speak for the ancestor? Is it your ancestor? It is my ancestor. Our ancestor. We should speak to it directly. It can't speak,
My name
can't
is
it?
the Lorax, and I speak for the trees.
It is all of our
I feel like
ancestors.
that's what's going on right now.
Where the trees have no tongue.
However,
It is what?
all of our ancestors.
Hey,
No, we were born here, not you.
You don't know me.
I've learned from generations. My great-grandfather was here when we were birthed, and the stories have been passed through the generations. My grandfather, my father,
Okay.
and now I know the truth that this, yes, is an
I got
ancestor of ours.
I got you.
This meeting seems very valuable to you.
Yes, we would like to meet with the ancestor.
Is it worth a wooden staff?
I think I may be able to arrange it if it would garner particular favor.
The ancestor may need to know this too. Does the ancestor even know? We are so different. We could show it the ancestral shrine, and maybe together we could understand the great mysteries that the shrine holds.
I agree. We should show her that.
Is it female?
All of the ancestors are.
Whoa.
We didn't know.
Kabar's
that.
not even paying attention. What's all this?
I thought
It's looks like it's a bunch of different liquids in a bunch of different containers.
I thought
I
this
get
was
no
supposed to
Let's
be.
drink them.
I thought this was supposed to be your ancestor.
It is, but you keep saying that it's all of our
I was hoping I
ancestors.
would get like no yellows, just a
I
spike.
don't understand because you were not here when
It's like
we were
French
birthed. And
fries.
we were birthed from the ancestors' ancestral ground.
Grand
You
prize,
seem so
2
confused.
pigs.
I've never seen an ancestor before.
I
None of us
know.
have. They've never been here. We were very excited to see an ancestor and understand how we
Watch me
became
roll
what we
20.
are from the ancestor.
I have to tell you
It's a
though,
7.
I am somewhat
Almost.
concerned. I have been informed that you are not a peaceful.
Is he trying to start a war?
Yes. God, I hope so.
My people are
Screw these
protectors
plants.
of the
I feel like they're
Earth.
vulnerable to fire.
Yes, I went out and slaughtered many creatures, but they deserved it. That's how I became king.
Here.
My story is very similar.
I don't care about your story, I care
So
about
that we
Ancestor.
understand.
Oh!
Very well. It was good to meet you. And I turn around.
You didn't mean that.
I was not being here.
The other two, what are you here for? Can you bring me the Ancestor?
He
Why can't the
walks
Ancestor
over
not
there.
come here?
We're just here to hang out, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Your Ancestor looks like male, but evidently is female.
What are you talking about?
The
You're talking
Ancestor.
about the tall one, right?
Who's the answer?
Yes,
Yeah.
the Ancestor.
Yeah, I can go get him.
Yes, please bring Ancestor here.
Is the Ancestor your god?
No, it's you.
Yeah, it's you.
We're gonna go get you and bring you back.
I would have went with you guys, but
What do you want to...
As
Wait,
far as I know, you're still in the center of the grove.
who?
no, I would have wandered over to the
Who's your
cave.
ancestor?
I'll shout at you
The
then.
big blue one.
You talking about Van?
We call him Van.
Yes, the Vans are our Ancestor.
You're talking about Van?
Yeah.
He looks nothing like you.
That's why we need to understand.
How do you know he's your ancestor?
3 generations ago, we were birthed from this place where the ancestors came from.
That just means you have the same birthplace.
Yes, but we were born of the ancestors' ashes.
But he's not dead.
Oh,
yes,
come on.
he's one of the, he's, as far as we know, the only living ancestor. We need to speak to him.
Did you figure out that he's the ancestor?
Maybe he was here.
I gathered that Remlith doesn't know.
Okay.
Well,
What up?
this seems pretty much...
We gotta get you out of here.
Sounds
Send
about
me a
right.
message.
Yes, so bring the ancestor, and we will learn much from each other.
Well, Joe's already on his way to get him. What do you guys do here for fun?
Your night elf would not help me.
What do you guys do here for fun?
Have a drinking contest?
Like, you're a plant, right?
No, I'm a Klac-Xen.
Well, yeah, I know,
It's
but
pronounced Klac-Xen.
You're- do you
I think there's more than 3.
do you
Klac-Xen.
like photosynthesize or
Yes,
chlorophyll and stuff?
I like to go out and murder people who have been desecrating the forest. That is my fun. It's lots of fun.
What do you mean by desecrating? Because I just used a tree earlier.
No, that's fertilizing.
You're fine.
You're good. That's good for the trees. You can do that anywhere.
Some people it might be fertilizing.
look like fertilizer.
You can do that anywhere in the grove.
Anywhere?
As much as you want.
Drop jaw right now.
It's good.
Can't do it when you're watching.
No,
I'm prairie dog.
You're able to
Oh.
the worst, and he kind of leans over, the worst sin is fire.
Ah. Yeah, I can see how that would be a problem.
I protect my people from the fire.
So, but wait, hold on. If I'm looking at that table over there, that clearly looks like a scroll. And wouldn't that be kind of like a sacrilege to you guys using paper?
He kind of puts up his hands and he kind of walks over and Sarah says, "Don't look through the bushes to the sacred shrine. Only the ancestor can see that."
Oh.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Okay. Okay.
Your human eyes can see through the bushes.
Oh, thank you. You're the first person to call me human.
Did Joe come and get me yet?
Wait, are you not a human?
Mostly.
Wait.
This is not good.
You're not a human. I'm sorry. I've never seen one of you out of the water before. You are one of the fish.
Oh, thank God.
He's got the helmet on.
I guess I'm part human.
I've never spoken to a fish before. Hello, fish.
Greetings.
How is life out of the water, fish?
Pretty good.
Yes.
I like it. It's
How did you come to be on the land, fish? I've never seen one of you. Like I said, I've never seen one of you on the
Let me
land.
tell you a little story about evolution.
well, millions of years ago.
away
I'll have you know I rolled a natural 20 to identify him as a fish.
Millions of years ago, my aunt. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Millions?
Yes.
You weren't alive.
I wasn't.
No, we weren't alive at the
You
time.
cast a fireball.
Just like your ancestor
Lightning bolt.
changed into your kind, my ancestors changed into my kind.
So you're not a fish. You're like a fish human? A
Yes.
fishman.
Woman.
Fishman.
Fish
Clever.
I prefer to be called Kabar.
I'm a mermaid.
You are a kabar. Yes.
I've got a mangina.
We will put this in our history that you are of the Kabars.
Cool.
Does Joe come back with me yet?
This is why you can't trust history.
I don't know. Did Joe ever leave?
Yeah, I guess
We're just hanging out.
Yeah.
Okay, then
What
yes.
do you guys do for fun, though?
You
You never
arrived.
answered my question.
Oh,
What do you do for fun?
I told you I murder things. The rest of the people normally
hands.
Oh, gosh.
the rest of the people normally try to protect the forest full time,
How do you even pick up a cup with those hands?
delicately.
Carefully.
Normally, I don't need to pick up. I just
Edward scissored hands.
I drink through spare vine.
Roots?
Yes.
I see.
It's just a circle. Down.
Otherwise, I carry a decanter of endless water, which I have acquired through my travels.
Whoa, cool.
So
Can I
I am
see it?
never without the water. No, it's my highly prized possession. More important than my dark crown. No. Second most important to my dark crown.
What's your dark crown?
He points to his crown.
Where'd you get that?
On my travels, adventuring in the wilds, killing monsters.
Oh, you
I
kill
don't
monsters too?
I don't remember. I used to, before I became king.
And now all he does is murder.
Now that I am king, I do not adventure anymore.
Oh, that's a shame. You adventure.
Joe gave up his crown.
Now I will outlive my elderly years here,
Crown
giving
royal,
back to my
maybe.
people.
Yeah, I get it.
At the ripe age of 13, I came back to live out my elder years.
Yeah, settle down, maybe raise a family, and
Exactly.
So the elf and the furball show up.
Whoa,
So,
Ancestor! And like all the three that are in the room kind of like half bow. Hello, Ancestor.
Dan's very confused.
It's you. He's talking to you.
Yeah, no, I got that. Why is he calling me that?
Because you're his ancestor.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You're... Well, I don't know.
I wish Renlith was there.
Pay
to
attention,
explain this
man.
so eloquently.
You are the first Ancestor we have ever seen. We did not know you were still around.
Don't squander this.
How many of you still live?
You mean Furbolg?
Is that what the Ancestors are?
Why are you calling me ancestor?
Because we are born of you. 50 years ago, we rose up as from the Ancestors' ashes. And this is the site. Well, not this exactly, but we can take
Like a
you to the
phoenix.
shrine where the Ancestors were burnt.
Okay.
We still have likenesses crafted, but they don't look exactly like you. We didn't know what an
Just get rid of
ancestor
it. I don't use it anymore.
Exactly.
All I need is a D20. Yes.
Gather your army and we march to the holy site.
Yes.
Oh, we got something to do today.
You guys want to invade and conquer anything?
Step over the bushes.
Which way are we going? Does it seem like?
You're walking. He walks you out of the throne area, and right next door,
Like, past the bushes we can clearly step over?
the pushes
Renlith
and
has
walls,
a
the
defensive
bush
posture
walls
next to
that
Cilia.
they walk
I sent you a
around,
message. Hey, we're going somewhere.
and they take you to the
Wait, so they
secret
let us
shrine.
follow?
Yes.
Okay.
They want you to. Well, they prefer only Van to come, but they're not going to
Renlith
stop you.
goes.
It's cool, they're with me.
After he gets that message, Renlith turns around like,
Pay no attention to my dark-skinned servant.
No one but our people has been to the sacred shrine, so he kind of warns you and says, no one but us have been to the
Don't
sacred
touch
shrine. So we must warn you. There's a chance that you may be disintegrated to ashes.
What?
Don't worry, he's been there, he's done that.
It was one time, alright?
The only fleshy creatures that have been here are all ash now.
Oh.
So we can only assume that it kills all flesh.
So what's all this?
This is the shrine that we have built, and all around here is basically just black. It's like just ash. Everything's dead.
Okay, Renlith does step back. I know, this is.
There are 3 statues that they've crafted crudely. They're made out of stone, and they're tall, and they vaguely have a general humanoid shape. Each of them has
It's like when a little kid draws a car.
pretty close.
Or me.
They've all been painted over with some sort of coloring to make them blue skin, but they're kind of faded, so they're more like a bluish gray at this point, like a very almost just a bluish stone color. And they're pretty crudely, but you can kind of get a vague furball vibe from them, just enough to where they can maybe identify you. Then they've built up a wooden altar, which has some ancestor symbols, which look like they're large implements. Like one's a cooking utensil that's like furball sized, and then there are some scrolls on there as well.
Can I examine it without touching it?
It's like this.
You can,
quality part.
and they stop and they warn you. This is the ancient language of the ancestors. We cannot read it.
Okay.
Is that your
what
best
language
card?
is it?
Verbal.
Verbal speak Chinese.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, giant.
Okay.
It's as good
They
as I
don't
can
speak
do.
the language.
I just didn't want to
They
admit
don't
that if
read
you're like,
and they won't let
making a
anyone
joke.
else get by to interpret it for them.
Okay, what's it say?
It looks like it's just it's
It's a fucking cooking man. A cookbook.
This
one
is
of
what we're
them.
best known for.
How to cook elves. Very bold.
One of them looks like it's a shop ledger for just general items that were on sale. Another one looks like it's a menu for maybe a restaurant or an inn. It's got pricing of general meals that were available. The last one looks like it's an excerpt, a ripped out page of maybe a town ledger with a population number and some names.
I'm gonna scan down the ledger and see if I recognize anyone.
Okay. Do you have like a family name or a clan name or anything?
Let's see.
Is it the same as mine?
Maybe?
Because mine's DM.
Look at my thing.
I just haven't told anyone. I'm named after my real father. He had sex with my mom.
Jesus.
Brutal. Fucking brutal.
He also had sex
It
with
would
the
probably
boy's
be
dad.
something like,
Plot twist, you're all brothers.
Oh god.
you know, some verbal, like some kind of verbal forest clan or whatever, because that's where we're from. But
Okay. Well, you scan down the list looking for anything. Do you remember any names from your past?
do I? And
I don't know how young you were.
Like, would you?
I was adult. I had reached adulthood,
Okay.
so I would, people I'd grown up with and knew. And
Give me a wisdom check to see if you remember anything. Or if any of this jogs your memory. Or if it's completely unknown.
could be with advantage, maybe.
Nope.
6.
Perfect. You scan down the list, and the only name you recognize is your own. And there's a listed population of 7.
That's depressing.
So I'm gonna pick up the list.
They all kind of stop and like shake and move back and says, "What are you doing? The sacred text."
I'll pick it up.
Okay, you pick it up.
What are you doing? The sacred text.
Okay.
Touch the sacred text.
It's old, I imagine.
I mean, it's 50 years old, so it's not like gonna crumble.
Blue.
It's
I
kind of
didn't realize it
worn.
grabbed like
It's
the
beetle because it's been
blueberry?
out in the sun every day for the past 50 years or so.
Sure.
But it's not. As long as you don't like try to start
Chilling,
fold it up or anything, it'll
I would
be fine.
put it
That one's
into
green, by the
another
way.
book and kind of fold it between the pages.
What is it?
And they
and
basically start freaking out. What are you
I will
doing?
tell them, you have done well
color blind
protecting
works.
the sacred
It's
text,
hard to explain.
and you have brought
That's why I know.
honor to your people.
Your clan and
How do you know
Stop
what
it,
temple?
stop
Give me a
it.
deception check with
Oh
advantage.
god.
I'm not just trying to
You are totally
deceive.
deceived.
What color is
Yeah.
this?
You're pulling this out of your butt.
Deception check, you said?
Yeah, with advantage.
With
furry butt.
They want to believe you because you're an ancestor.
Okay. Deception. Oof. Okay. 14.
Okay. They kind of calm down and back away and say, "Yes, thank you for that. We have done well."
Do I have any way to sanctify a place?
I want to try the blue. To be honest.
Spitting.
Go for it.
Scroll of Sanctuary?
Which one was blue?
Are they both blue?
There.
Don't play with me like that.
We've guarded this place for 3
This one doesn't have a flavor,
generations
though, it's just a
since
picture
the
of a
birth of
cat.
our race.
How many years is that?
About 50,
Okay.
52.
Can you tell me a little bit more about
After 3 generations, we've lost count exactly.
how is it that you came to be here?
Kyla, the mother goddess, willed us into existence
Take your time.
to be born
Not
out
yet.
of the ashes of the ancestors, to protect the forest in their absence.
That's
How
what
do
we
you know
need.
that?
More
Yes,
racist.
Kyla tells
Cheers.
us.
Would you like to talk to Kyla?
We do.
Oh.
She talks to us.
Probably more than you do.
As king, I am privy to her information.
Ooh. Can you talk to her now?
Probably not. She doesn't feel like it. She talks to us when she wants to.
Let's talk to
With an
Kyla.
ancestor here, most likely she doesn't want to talk to us because it would be too useful. and that would be too useful, and she wouldn't want to be that useful for us. She is a fickle goddess.
That makes sense.
All gods are fickle.
More so Kyla than others.
So I'm gonna
But
whip
we
out.
serve because we are her children.
So I'm gonna cast the divination
reason.
ritual.
Well, she can destroy us, and our lives are hers.
Hey, do you have maybe a part of you that's kind of dying, like a toenail or something that I could have?
We don't
What
have names.
the hell? It's for my box.
Your arm.
Also, what's with the crown?
Crown is my symbol of being king, and it gives me magical powers.
It's his greatest possession.
It protects me from parts of what killed the ancestors, from if stories are to be believed.
Stupidity.
Let me see it.
No, it's my crown. You can see it with your eyes, not your hands, human creature. Oh, sorry, ancestor.
You better check out yourself. So I'm gonna
You best recognize.
I'm gonna use my fabled magic to make disguise self and make me appear larger.
Okay.
And I will say, however much larger I can make myself look,
Okay.
and I say, I am the ancestor. You will address me with respect, and I will be
It's
obeyed.
cold out, okay?
Jesus, dude.
All right, give me a intimidation roll with advantage.
Nice.
We're not gonna back you up.
Like this weird
Renleth is itching. His fire finger is itching.
But they want away.
15.
Put it away.
He's about ready to burn this.
Put it away.
15 total.
15 total.
He kind of backs down and says, "I'm sorry, I spoke to you badly, but I am king, and I will not hand over my crown."
All right, fine. We'll do it your way. Renleth! Burn them. No. See him light up. It's like, let's kill these motherfuckers.
They're gonna steal Cilia.
Let's do the whole village. I'm going to cast divination. I want to talk to what was her name? The nature goddess.
Kyla.
Kyla. I want to contact Kyla.
So 10 minutes later,
Oh my god, this is so boring.
they kind of stop and look at you awkwardly because you just start casting out of nowhere.
Have you been to the shop yet?
Whatever.
They're like,
No.
The
Wait, did I? Yeah, everything's set in gold.
ancestor uses his magic powers to sanctify the and put blessings upon us. Yes.
Yeah, that's totally what I'm doing.
Any good deals?
So I want to talk to Kyla
Okay.
and ask her, how can these people best serve your will, but also their purpose?
By burning.
Augury. So that's
No, divination.
divination. Okay.
No, augury is tossing bones. This
Yeah, I was like,
is
that's not going to get
this is
you.
a 4th level ritual spell.
Yes, is your response. Affirmative.
So you dump another 25 gold.
Oh, it's 25 gold. Shit, I forgot. Hang on. So I would have been at... Ooh, no! I only got 10 gold left after this. Alright, yeah, another 25 gold.
All right.
So close to killing.
You cast the spell 2 more times before finishing your. No, you've already done a long rest.
I already did a long rest.
The spell doesn't account for any possible circumstances that may change. Single question. The reply must be a short phrase, cryptic rhyme.
Okay. How
So-
can I... Fuck. I don't know what to phrase this. How can...
How hard should I kill them?
Right? Why the fuck are these people here? That's like...
That's a good question.
How are these people connected to the death of my clan? That's my question. How are these creatures connected to the death of my clan? I mean, obviously, I understand they rose from the ashes, but I don't see the connection. Why did this happen? I only get one question, but
So
why did you have these
Why
people
did
rise
assholes
from the
exist?
ashes of my clan? That's my question.
a
Because
very blunt answer, directly from Kyla. They were birthed to protect the forest in the Furbolg's absence.
aw, you guys failed.
Okay. Thanks, Chica. Okay. So... Alright. Do you guys need these guys to do anything?
Burn.
Burn.
No, we're not going to burn them here to protect the forest.
We'll wait until after the druid thingy. We don't want to be rude.
So I've spoken to Kyla,
So I got greater invisibility.
and you are to protect the forest.
We know.
Twin spell it.
She told us.
Go out and
Twice.
plant saplings and seedlings,
No, it's concentration.
and go forth and multiply your numbers as
Greater
far and
invisibility
wide
means
through
you
the
can do
forest as
stuff
you
and
can.
not stop being
It
invisible.
takes a while. But we're working on it.
Okay, that's fine.
But we keep the shrine sacred, knowing that hoping
amazing.
one day that
Fireballs
the
just come from
ancestors will
somewhere.
return and teach us great things. And so far, one has taught us
Because it's a
what
fifth
we already
spell?
know.
What do you want to learn?
All about the ancestors and how we can be more like them. And
Right.
where they have
And then I
gone
have a fifth.
now that they
two
are...
fifths,
They're
and
dead.
a sixth.
Oh yeah, we're level
So where
12.
did they go now that they are dead?
I forget. 'cause I'm level
That
6
depends
twice.
on who you ask.
Well, we're asking the ancestor. The living one. He would know.
What is
No,
the basic-
sorry. She. We thought you were he, but we were told you were she.
You motherfucker. I prefer the gender neutral pronoun they.
Yo.
What is
We're a
it?
collective mind. Can you reach out to the other ancestors? Do any live?
Schlee.
I don't know. Have you seen any?
That's Futurama.
We've heard stories in the
Schlee.
cities.
Schlee.
Generations ago, though.
Where
My
did
father,
they get?
my father says that there were stories
Watch Futurama right now.
of
Oh,
a
it's so good.
Again.
ancestor in a city
That's a good
north
show.
of here.
I'm gonna sit.
Which city?
So I watched it again.
Elf cities. The
I
names all
watched
sound
4
the same.
shows over and over again.
Does the ancestor have a name?
What shows?
Futurama.
We don't know. This is a
Office.
story.
Okay.
Parks and Rec.
What's the story
MASH.
say?
There was an ancestor in one of the cities north of
Samurai
here.
Champloo.
Okay.
Maybe looking for the ancestor at home, but
Whose
they
line
never
is it
made it
anyway?
here. Maybe they were from another place. Maybe the ancestors lived in more than one place. And
Okay,
maybe
well,
the
no.
ancestor was leaving forever.
It's quite a mix.
We don't know. We have stories. We have many legends. We could tell you stories by the campfire of the great
Noble.
sighting of the ancestor and all the theories we have about what they did.
I'm watching.
Not necessary. Thanks.
I'm so lucky.
You guys are doing a great job. Is there anything
Thank
you'd like
you.
me to teach you?
Yes.
How to build a
Everything
fire.
you know about the ancestors.
Oh shit!
Just make
Teach us your
something up.
ways.
I would spend the rest of the day telling them
Tell
stories.
us
The
what
wires
this,
of the
and they
force.
point at the large ladle. Tell us what this was for.
No, literally.
What
please
religious
say your-
ceremonies and nature protection did they do with this?
For sustaining life.
I got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I
They-
got who's it and
They
what's
look at it for a little while, and they kind of shake,
You want
evidently speaking their leaf sign language.
What's up from you?
It's a lot like how you would drink from the sun.
Yes, it's how you provide water to your mouths.
To our roots, yeah.
Snarf blast?
Yes, we will create ones
What's
to
a
mimic
knight
it,
called?
and we will use
I'm
them.
the worst Disney fan. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You should be sorry.
Now, what do the other secret texts say?
They were.
Say, give us your.
What did you say they were? What was a menu?
One's a
One-
menu, one's a shop list.
One, they are archives of the treasures of our people.
Yes. Do we have any of these? Can we?
What's on the list? Like, I don't know.
One of them is like a menu of it's really just like recipe or things you purchase, like, you know, ham and eggs and things like that. It's literally just an in menu.
Sure.
So it's just a bunch of
Snarf
things that are
Blat.
for sale, different foods.
That
And
was
the other
what we
one
called
is
it.
it's like a general store. So, you know, nails,
Really?
hammers,
Oh, so close.
sack, just general items that are for sale in the prices.
This one, and I'll point to the general store one, is basically outlines how you run your shop. You're doing the right thing.
Can you translate it for us, and we will follow it to the letter.
Sure, and I'll just start rattling off the stuff on the list.
Okay, and one of them produces something. They start scribbling on a leaf to take down in their language what it is, and they do the same with the menu.
Yeah,
They seem very, very excited and happy.
I've translated the sacred text for you.
I have to go.
Yeah,
Now,
we have to leave now.
the one last thing, the last sacred text. Do you think you could? That when we have to keep this one locked away because it did not take well with the sun.
Just more of them.
Can you translate that for us?
Let me see it.
Okay. and they pull aside the wood, and between it is basically another piece of paper that's kind of very brittle and looks like it's been charred. And they pull aside the wood and say, this text. And it's just a scrap of parchment, and it's, like I said, it's not in good condition. It's got a very short note on it, and it just says, "Any survivors, head west. We're trying to find the pale wood, and we will reconvene any survivors there."
Finally, something useful.
What does this one say?
It's instructions for the survivors of the cataclysm.
Cataclysm. Is that what we call it? The death of your people?
Yeah, that's what we're gonna call it.
Okay.
And it's not for you to know. Take a page from Rendell.
So
He kind of shuts down. He says,
I'm so proud.
"We understand."
But you have done well. Continue to keep these sacred texts, and I will commit the instructions, the pale wood stuff, to memory.
Okay. And they put the wood panel back over it.
If any of my other kind return, like me, show them this.
Yes, we will. Of course.
Tell them to seek the pale wood.